If you're a real estate agent and you're new to YouTube, these are the first 3 videos that I would tell you to film. I'm going to walk you through what they are, why they're so effective, and how to get started right away, even if you're just going to film with your webcam or your phone. Video number 1 is a great way to attract buyers, and that is a neighborhood tour. Now, I don't want you to watch what other people in your market are doing because just because they're doing it doesn't necessarily mean that it's working. And by that, I mean listing tours. Do you remember the last time you bought a home? Maybe it was before you went into real estate. If you go to one of the big portals and you're looking at homes online, all you see is the front of the house and the backyard and the interior of the house, but you don't know that it backs up to the freeway or that it is across the street from the elementary school. But when you film a tour of an entire neighborhood, people love those videos. They really get to see, what does the neighborhood look like? If it's new construction, are there any trees, or did they knock down every single tree on the 5 acres in order to build these houses? You want to show the different styles of homes, tell them what the median price point is, and then always mention at the time of this recording, and you can say it is January of 2026 or whatever the time frame is, because people will watch those videos years from now. I didn't do that at the beginning. They would say, "Oh my gosh, I would love to buy a house for 250." And I said, "Yeah, me too. Unfortunately, I filmed that video in 2017. That's not what the prices are like anymore." So do yourself a favor and say that in the video, or at least in the description below the video, so that they know whether that's still an accurate price range if they're watching it years in the future. This will make them think that you are the local area expert. You can talk all about how far is this neighborhood from the freeway entrance? How far is it to the grocery store? What school district is it in? Do they walk or do they ride the bus to get there? And if this is one of the first videos you've ever filmed, you don't even necessarily have to be on camera. I would encourage you to be on camera at least at the very beginning and again at the very end, so that they can see you and start to get to know you and learn your personality. But while you're filming the neighborhood itself, you could literally just have your phone on a suction cup mount on your dashboard. Or what I did was I would have my husband drive, and then I would sit in the passenger seat with the window rolled down, and I would just hold my phone like this as he drove through the neighborhood so that I could show everybody what the area looked like. So you want to be thinking of, who do I want to attract with the videos on my channel, and what would be most important to them? And then we sit down and we film some videos. By the way, I have a free guide called 10 Steps to a Lead Generating YouTube Channel. If you are brand new to YouTube, or if you've been doing it for a while and it's just not bringing you anything, download that link. I'll put it down below. This is 100% what I did to build my business when I had just moved to a new town and ended up selling hundreds of transactions for people that found me off of YouTube. Video number 2 could be a market update, and you will either pitch it for sellers or buyers. Don't talk to both in the same video. If you want to get listings, we're going to do a market update video, and you will tell them this is the time frame that we're talking about. What does it mean for you if you are thinking of selling your home? If it is a soft market, it's a buyer's market, we want them to have realistic expectations of how long it will take before the house sells. There's nothing worse than getting a listing that takes 9 months to sell, and your seller is calling you every single week, really unhappy with you and thinking it must be something that you are not doing, and that's why nobody is coming to look at their house. So we want to set realistic expectations up front and not overpromise and underdeliver. Now, I personally think that market updates are about as exciting as watching paint dry or grass grow. So if I were to do a market update video, I would not have a flip chart where I was just sharing all of the data, because that's my personality. But one of the only market update videos that I ever did, I dressed up in characters, I acted silly. I was trying to show them that it was a very, very hot seller's market, and buyers were like banging down the door trying to come to the house. And that way it was entertaining for them to watch as well. However, if you are a data nerd and you love the stats, you'll probably attract other people like that. So if you want to have like a big flip chart in your typing, or you have a whiteboard behind you, or you just want to share your screen and you write on the surface of your iPad, for example, I do that all the time. It's a really easy way to show the visuals and keep people watching in a way that gives them the data, but also keeps them visually engaged. There's no one right, best way to do it. Just do whatever would be most fun, most enjoyable for you, and would probably attract the kind of clients that you want to reach. And then video number 3 is what I wish I had known before I moved to whatever the name of your city is. This is a great sort of video because anyone who's thinking about relocating to the area, they're online doing research. And there are now officially a million moving to city name, living in city name, mostly because I wrote a book about it in 2019 and I told people to do that. And so they all did. But now that means there are a ton of videos on YouTube that are all the same thing. So this is still the same general idea, the same topic, but we're framing it differently. It's things that you need to know before you get there, things that I wish I had known. I wish somebody had told me. And when you share that information from the insider's perspective, they feel like you are letting them in on the secret. You are giving them the behind the scenes, and that's something that's very valuable to them, and they want to know. You can talk about things like, is it a dry county? When I moved to this county, they sell beer and wine in the store. I didn't realize that they didn't sell liquor. We have to go to the neighboring county to buy liquor, at least when I bought my house. I was like, that's something that I felt should have been on the seller's disclosure. I would have liked to have known that when I bought this house. Again, it's a great way to position yourself as the local area expert. And you're also trying to do them a favor by telling them all of these things that they might want to know before they make an offer on the house and not after the closing. But it doesn't matter how many videos you make or how good they are if you don't have a system to turn viewers into clients. So watch this video next. I'm going to show you exactly what I did to build an amazing business of constant inbound leads, all from a free YouTube channel.